regional power has been so impressive. Josh Massey gets his fingers on the opening tip, and we're underway. Stetson in white, and the Koalas in black in their very first game for Columbia College. Makai Ellison, the new point guard, underneath to Jordan Wood, cleaned up by the only returning player in this starting five, Trayton Thompson.
And Trayton Thompson showing you why he's bulked up with those 20 or so, 25 pounds over the summer. Big fella, punching the button.
This is Chandler O'Bannon, and he throws it away in 2021, that men were allowed to reside on campus and became co-educational, and men's basketball has officially been added for this year. There is O'Bannon sneaking through in transition.
Native, North Augusta, South Carolina. Native there.
Ellison feeds Wood in the corner.
He's a good spot-up shooter.
And he knocks that one down. Donnie Jones said that the best player on this team, that went off the mark for A.J. Vaught.
And that is correct. He was at an HBCU. He was at Howard. Had a good career there.
Thompson with another tip-in after Ellison with the miss. Offensive rebound for Vaught, and then stolen away by Abramo Sanka. One of the highest touted players on this new roster for Stetson. Wood, another corner three, another bucket.
Textbook pass out of the post, right in the
team. Brassfield trying to fight through the zone, but there's Thompson. I'll tell you what, he said he'd gained 25 pounds in the offseason. He looks bulked up as Josh Massey draws a foul on the other end.
And you can see
Laster Wingate. And the lefty in and out.
You and I to get used to, Evan, but that's the way it is in college athletics now. It just seems like.
So that applies to guys who left Stetson like Stephon Swenson and Josh Smith. Alec Oglesby is actually going to play his 6th year because he had a medical red shirt.
So you could basically almost be in school. There's a nice drive there.
Good burst by Kendall Brassfield.
His players and a very good leaper for the Koalas.
Woods hit a couple of threes. Take this one to the basket and finish.
There's too much size. 8
points early for Jordan Wood.
Too much size and court awareness, has that toughness. Obviously, from Flint, Michigan, you got to be tough to play there. And we see a missed 3 there by the Koalas, but he's a guy that this staff, Makai Ellison there, thinking that he is the answer at point guard. So we take a look at him handling the ball now, and that's what he can do well, get inside the paint. And a 1,000-point score, yeah, you see that in 4 years, but in 2 years, I mean, Ainsworth.
Wood has come off the floor, by the way. We're seeing the Stetson and college.
Coach Jones and his staff are trying to figure out with this team, and no better way to do it than an exhibition game.
There's Sanka. Nice take. Lays it in smoothly. From a pure talent perspective, there's in that game.
Played exceptionally well, and that's what you need. If you're going to pull off those upsets, you're going to have somebody that has to step up and play well.
Thomas Whitley out of Prince George, Maryland, outside D.C. Double score.
Transferred in from Gannon University out of Pennsylvania.
Here's Alesso. Great passing big. Puts it on the floor, and the foul.
Yeah. 7-footer on 7-footer. You didn't.
Hands. You better be ready to catch it, because it might be coming your way, and it might be coming fast. Well, Phillips, who was a guard, is going to be bigger than just about every guard he comes up against in the A-Sun.
Yeah, literally.
Showing that advantage.
Figuratively.
Doyle, there's that 3 from the wing in the conference.
Oui, young man from France, picking up where he left off from this past season for the Hatters.
And a foul as Brassfield gathered the offensive rebound. Some flashes.
Yeah, athletic young man from Merrick.
Not their #1 returner, Tristan Gross, is not dressing tonight. He's coming back from injury. Should be available, including in the conference tournament. Here's Whitley. It's a little bit short.
I thought Whitley would have hit it right back to a young man who is a shooter, Austin Harrell, who's in the game.
Sanya wide open, drills it.
He can do that.
Blaise Sanya, another veteran, transferred in from Minnesota Crookston.
Minnesota Crookston. He's by way of London, England, and that is a long day.
43 points. It's an ASUN title game record, and he got himself a Power 4 offer. He's now going to play at the University of Miami this year. Alesso throws it up. Sheridan!
Big fella leading the break. Blake 77 getting it up to Finlay Sheridan with the throwdown. Another look at it. Yes, sir.
Austin Harrell, Johnson, and Whitley for the Koalas. O'Bannon well short. Good defending by Sheridan.
Yeah, got away with a foul there.
To the corner, Doyle pulls up for three. That's a little strong. Rebound bounces out to Phillips. Phillips goes right back up. Nice touch on that one.
Has a feel for the game.
And fresh. Embracing that challenge, I think, says a lot about a guy. And Jake Deere really is excited about this. He had about 2.5 months after he was hired to put the entire roster together.
And he brought one
to Doyle. Lobs it up. Sheridan had to try and lay it in.
I don't think he was expecting it, but nevertheless, a good thought.
Rasfield, nice backdoor cut and a foul. South Carolina kid out of Bishopville. It's an Allen 240 out of St. John, Indiana. No dice on the second free throw for Nakia Johnson.
Need those opportunities if you're the Koalas. If you're Columbia College, you want to get every opportunity that you can.
How about that extra pass by Sanka? Find Ellison in the corner for a better shot.
Could have been.
What are you seeing from Stetson defensively early on here?
I'd like to I've been looking at how they've worked together, as, on a string defensively. Is it help side? Are they getting over screens? So are they switching?
Ellison, the new College of Florida, and then they'll get their first D1 test against a team they played really tight last year on the road, Nebraska-Omaha.
The Mavericks.
That was a thriller. It ended 88-80. Should be another great one as part of a doubleheader. That'll a large offensive load early, though he did tell us.
Believes that the team has the ability to score, but who's going to be your leader?
Then unless you are a pure five who's there to rebound and block shots, you better be able to step out and knock something down.
Yeah, and if you're that, you must have a very good post-up game. If not, and there's a nice shot there by
Whitley can shoot it. He's really
Whitley half of the team's points.
Thompson can't hang on to the basketball. Hatters have turned it over 5 times here in this first half. That's something they'll certainly want to clean up. Wood, extra pass, Thompson throws it down. Nice.
Because of the miscues by Columbia College.
Ellison feeding Sanka. This time he'll shoot it himself. That's a pretty stroke. You talk about the potential of this kid, and Donnie Jones said, they go to these big programs, or perhaps a little coaching there. Look how big this Hatter lineup is now. They've got Doyle on the floor as the 2, and Phillips at the 1.
And Columbia, they have a 7-footer in there.
Yep, that is,
James Munlin. As the year goes on, this is an exhibition game, and it goes on. He's going to try and understand, okay, who's the guy that I'm going to go to when I need a bucket? Who can I go to? Who will deliver? And by that, will they get fouled?
Gaining that confidence, and he's always had that smooth shot.
Yeah.
There's none of this, he'll step out and shoot once. It is. It's a city in Italy.
Well, a nice start for his Stetson University debut. He's perfect, 2 for 2. He's 1 for 1 from the three-point line, has 2 steals.
Whitley up to 12 points after knocking down a nice mid-range jumper. He has more than half of his team's total.
But Sanka is that kind of player. He's nice pass.
Great
Good
pass
suit.
by Phillips, and Wood finishes it off. 11 for Whitley again. A little strong this time.
Oh, nice give and go.
Wood with the no-look feed, and Phillips
play multiple positions for you.
Alesso keeps, fires a 3. It was well contested by Munlin, and then a foul on the floor on the rebound.
And on cue, there's
a couple of free throws here as Columbia's into the double bonus.
There's a nice soft.
Now Legoland, Florida. He's a little bit older.
It's almost like an audition, you hate to say that, but even Coach Jones understands that. He says, man, I coach you. We coach them up 1 year. The year that they're here, however many years that is. If they're here, we coach them up the way we want to coach them up.
Beautiful rainbow three from 25 feet for Alex Doyle.
But they perform well here. It's tough to keep.
That's not a bad place for you to be as a school like Stetson.
It certainly is.
Seen as a place where, on the one hand, you could have a player like Blackman.
It's this mark at one of those major universities. Now it's an opportunity to show his talent, and Redunks want to play for him. If they don't, it's one of their coaches sending them, say, hey, you need to play for Donnie Jones.
It's a deep three. Good
nice
for
shot.
Washington.
Yeah, nice
His first points.
Marion.
All over the Southeast, even beyond, to find these players. Sheridan a little bit short.
Yeah.
Burton, the high arcing floater, kisses it off the glass.
To Phil.
Lob behind Braswell.
Nice play coming out of that timeout, but just couldn't execute it.
Phillips will try a three.
Yeah.
What a first impression from Jamie Phillips.
Bucket. I like that young man. I just like his feel. I like his demeanor. Understands the game and makes the right plays.
9 points, 5 boards, 2 blocks in the first half for Jamie Phillips. Burton another three. No good. 4 seconds here for Stetson to run the break. Phillips forward. Doyle. He'll get it off. It's good.
Nice. And good recognition. Good recognition by Jamie Phillips Jr. Getting it over to Alex Doyle. Your shooter.
Stetson sinks 9 threes in it. Starters for Stetson: Ellison, Sanka, Wood, Massey, and Thompson. Massey has his pocket picked. A couple of early turnovers for the Hatters. Braswell fouled by Wood.
I like the intensity of Columbia.
To the conference. Moving up from D2.
Conference realignment.
Travel for Stetson. 20 years of history there.
I mean, it's a huge university.
And they have blown up in size, and it has been very fruitful. They are struggling in their first taste of FBS football, though. They're not having a great year there, the Owls, but they'll get there.
There's a difference when you go from 66 scholarships to 85. And they went into a 1-3-1.
Hatters moving it around. Ellison for three. That's short. Wood with the tip in.
That's nice. And I thought we would see more of this from Columbia.
Ellison, coast to coast. Wanted the foul, I think. A little bit short. Fought. Well, that's a big matchup. And he got the foul and the basket. How about that from A.J. Vaught? And two level that have struggled somewhat. Not men's basketball. They were the Gulf South champions last year.
I mean, Troy University used to be in that conference years ago.
They went 19-5 in the GSC. And they won the 8 points and 5 rebounds here in the first half. Weirdly,
to talk about free throw shooting, it all begins with that confidence and that repetition. Pressure, kind of man-to-man pressure there. Full court picking up.
Vaught, not so smooth this time. Good offensive rebound and the hook shot from Johnson. Little sky hook there from
Trayton Thompson. Make that your point-blank range. You can't throw it out 25 feet.
Wood in and out, but there's an offensive board for Thompson. Wood's just going to chuck it up again. That's no good. Rebound Phillips, and on the 4th try, the Hatters get the points.
There's my guy. We were talking about scoring the basketball is one thing, but consistently, here's a nice steal by
How about Wood taking it away from a guard and then getting the and one on the other end.
The upper body strength.
One game will be the following Thursday against Omaha. Jordan Wood knocks down the free throw.
He has been quick with those shots for.
He is not afraid to put them up. There's no doubt about that. Phillips. Enjoyed watching him get his first taste of college ball tonight. Senior with a pull-up three. That's good. Senior's going to be an important guy off the bench this year for Stetson. They've got a few of those kind of microwave scorer, spot-up shooter kind of players. Doyle is another one you would think about. Tristan Gross, when he comes back, he'll probably be a starter.
Yes,
That's Massey. We talked off air at halftime. You wanted to see a little bit more from Josh. Hatters back in man. Saw some zone from them earlier. A lot of 2-3. Phillips, a lovely give and go with Doyle. Sort of passing vision, right?
You know, that's playing. That's getting in the gym and playing. And I'm not talking about, I love our trainers out there, but I'm not talking about playing against cones. I'm talking about playing basketball. So 5-on-5.
Burton. He's just looking to go route one.
He's determined. He's put up, well, maybe 10 or 12 attempts that he's put up.
Alesso for three. Bucket. Stefano Alesso becomes the 7th Hatter to make a three-pointer tonight. This team's going to be... We'll get to do all these firsts again in a couple of weeks when they open up the season for real. Stetson Hatter starting 5, transferring out after last year's ASUN champion. A pass inside. Nice feed to Wood, who should have finished that.
Yeah, good contest there by Nakia Johnson, but should have been a bucket for Wood.
There's some good defensive work by the Hatters to alter the shot. Sanka just couldn't keep that in.
And the Hatters have maintained that man-to-man defense.
Burton, you know, when he's got it, he's shooting it. Kisses it off the glass from 15 feet.
That's attempt number 11. And here they are back in that 1-3-1 zone defense, and they try to extend it.
Wood steps back. Sanka the offensive rebound.
And that's the toughest part about zone defenses, is rebounding out of it.
Nice finish by Sheridan off the feed inside from Ellison.
Sheridan looks like he has slimmed down a bit as opposed to...
I agree. Looks like he's in good shape.
Oh, nice.
Braswell gets in behind and the foul.
And we talked about Braswell at the top of the telecast as a leaper, one of those leapers on.
High energy, do-it-all guard. Babusiak back in.
And let's see how the Hatters handle it.
Ellison knifing through, can't finish. Sheridan put back. Oh, Ellison throws it away. And has he gotten it back? He sure has, with some help from Sanka. Tosses it ahead. Abramo Sanka blocked on the dunk attempt, but there is a foul.
And a good contest there by Johnson and Coach Deere for Columbia saying, but it's going to be a foul.
Got an interesting free throw release. Takes his time on the second one and rolls it in.
And I think how many times you're probably going to hear.
You don't really think of that as Sheridan's game. O'Bannon, nice step in and a foul. Good post game there by Chandler.
EYBL. So many athletes.
A huge event in youth.
Yeah, the ball didn't have it. It looks like he just tried to do too much.
Another turnover. Sheridan's pass interrupted. O'Bannon high off the glass. Count the basket.
Wow.
That one barely stayed on the front of the backboard.
I mean,
for men for the first time, that had men in night classes and things like that, but in terms of being a fully co-educational school.
Yep, 2020.
And their first class came out in 2021. They started some sports, tennis, swim in the fall of 2021, and now men's basketball, the big addition for 2024-25.
5 for 5, 1 for 1 for the three-point line. And
missed the free throw, but
2 for
still
3 from the free throw line.
Excellent nights he's had.
8 rebounds.
11, 8, 5, and 2 blocks.
Yes.
They'll make it 13, 8, 5, and 2 blocks after that last bucket. Here's a foul on the other end on Massey. The assist that we did have 4 turnovers. Likely done.
Nice dunk.
5 Hatters in double figures, Greg. You got Thompson with 10, Doyle with 11. Here's Massey.
And everybody who is able to play on that Hatters bench has.
After injury since the end of his senior year of high school. And
surgery. But Coach Jones says he's one of those guys that the rehab, I mean, he's in there doing it more than what is prescribed. So he says he has no doubt that he will be able to come back. Just had a lot of rough luck in his early career, healthy.
Just lets it fly. He's now 4 for 14. They dump it to Massey. Gets it up with the left hand and in.
Yeah, Massey and Phillips are probably your best inside scorers for the Hatters as early as this. We're looking at them this season. Of course, Thompson can score some inside, but in terms of guys that know how to make moves.
There's a block for Wood, and then Thompson is fouled by a diving O'Bannon.
Your ball handler, and especially when it comes time.
Sanya getting a chance to bring it up there. I think Ellison's going to get the first crack at it.
I think so too.
Certainly looks like a prototypical ASUN lead guard. But they've got options, and there's Phillips falling away off the glass. 15 points for the Rook. 3 from the corner for new entrant, Norman Haynes, another Florida native out of Jacksonville.
Yep, didn't take long for him to get in the stat book. That's an
Thompson,
attempt shot.
blocking foul. 2 shots coming for Trayton Thompson. Jones first took over and didn't have a lot of his own players. Up to Columbia and beat South Carolina in the non-conference. That Blackman, that touching it on every possession, kind of ball handler like Swenson.
Yeah, and you have to be so as a coach, or you won't last long in this business. So there's a 3 there.
Beautiful for Mac Washington.
Yeah, Washington
made a couple
early
this year, has the other 2.
Yeah,
it's a foul away from the ball on the Koalas. Looks like Massey's going to go to the line.
The lack of shooting for this Columbia team has been the Achilles heel for them. Yeah, you can credit some of it to the defense zones and being able to tailor. You're speaking at clinics, but you're listening and looking at what other guys are doing. And
we know Donnie Jones is just a voracious consumer of basketball knowledge. Loves this game.
But this is what's so beautiful about the game of basketball. You can only put 5 out there on the floor. And so anybody, as you and Coach Jones and I were talking about, and Gattarisi was always dealing with the hand injury, but he played exceptionally well doing stretches. Look at a nice give and go by
Phillips.
Alesso.
In on the second try, 17 for Phillips.
Had to get his
give it off to Phillips. Alesso from the elbow. We're going to see a lot of this when he's in the game. Sanya driving, draws a foul.
And remember again, Evan,
here in their opening night exhibition. Decent crowd to see this team. The Hatters hosted every game they played in the conference tournament. It was so much fun to have them here.
And it's in tournament time for basketball.
And I love that the ASUN does that. There's no neutral site. It makes the regular season so important.
Yes, and you earned. And there's a nice 3.
Whitley again.
Finally there by Whitley again. And then Blackman playing.
Yeah, talk about going nuclear.
Oh, wow. I mean, he's
supernova.
Just as advertised.
43. That'll get you a spot on the Miami Hurricanes roster.
Oh,
behind the back, no look. And there is the first Stetson points unofficially for true freshman Ben Gladio.
Yeah.
Out of Lakeland, Florida, getting a chance to see the floor here late.
Beautiful pass there by none other than Stefano Alesso. Big fella.
There's another 3 for Mac Washington.
Washington's heating up.
His 3rd of the game.
But everyone began to wonder, will Jalen Blackman, I mean, we've seen him, they saw him have big games throughout the year, but here's all eyes on him, national television.
And remember, he struggled in the second half of last year.
Yes, he did.
There was with a lead. I mean, 90 plus is one thing, but can you find someone who's, 80, 85?
Yes, and have ice water in their veins when you need it most.
And that we won't know until we see it.
By osmosis, we're going to have to see it. And who's the floor general? That's some of the questions I'm sure that the Hatters. Rebounding, that was a question mark too, but you got a couple of guys with double-doubles.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little stronger in that department this year. They were plus 31 on the glass tonight. That's going to do it for us here on our opening night exhibition. Jordan Wood, 18. Jamie Phillips Jr., 17, 11, and 5 assists in his first collegiate action. And the Hatters start off their exhibition slate with a win. And congratulations to Columbia College for their first ever men's basketball game. Can't wait to see what the Koalas do this season. We'll see you next.